They say there are places on Earth where nature still rules, where every breath of wind, every curl of mist, feels like a warning. Places untouched, not because man cannot reach them, but because man was never meant to. Off the southeastern coast of Brazil, 90 miles from Sao Paulo, rises such a place, a lonely green shadow in the Atlantic, called Ilha da Queimada Grande. To the locals, it has another name, one whispered with equal parts fear and reverence: Snake Island. No people live here. No fisherman anchors near its shores. Even the Brazilian Navy forbids approach by law. No civilian may set foot upon it without official sanction. Why? Because every square meter of this island, every rock, every tree is alive. Alive with serpents. Thousands of them. The deadliest concentration of venomous snakes anywhere on Earth. Imagine flying over a canopy so dense it looks like velvet from above. The sunlight cannot pierce it. The wind barely stirs it. But within that green labyrinth, movement never stops. A flicker of gold here, a rustle of leaves there, and below it all, the slow rhythm of predators that never sleep. Snake Island is small, barely 110 acres, yet its reputation stretches across continents. Scientists call it a biological time capsule, a place sealed off by the sea for thousands of years. Once, it was part of the Brazilian mainland. But about 11,000 years ago, as the last ice age melted, sea levels rose, cutting this hilltop off from the world, leaving it stranded like an emerald jewel surrounded by salt water. Cut off from predators, from competition, the island's snakes were left alone. And isolation, as evolution teaches, breeds not peace, but transformation. Over millennia, one species in particular adapted, changed, and became something extraordinary and terrifying. Its scientific name is Bothrops insularis. The world knows it as the golden lancehead. Its body gleams like burnished brass. Its eyes are amber, unblinking, ancient. Its fangs carry venom so potent it can melt human flesh and stop a heart within minutes. This island, smaller than some city parks, is the only place on Earth where it exists. There are thought to be up to 5 snakes per square meter, thousands, perhaps tens of thousands, sliding silently through undergrowth and trees. Yes, trees. Unlike most vipers, the golden lancehead has become arboreal, a climber and a leaper, striking from above with surgical precision. When the island split from the mainland, its snakes lost their usual prey. No rodents, no mammals, only birds. Nature posed a brutal question: adapt or die. So they evolved faster, deadlier, more efficient venom. Their toxin became 3 to 5 times stronger than that of their mainland cousins. A weapon designed not merely to kill, but to paralyze a bird in mid-flight before it could escape. Scientists studying the venom found it dissolves tissue, breaks down blood cells, and triggers internal bleeding almost instantly. To a small bird, death comes before it hits the ground. To a human, it is agony beyond measure. There is no record of anyone surviving an untreated bite. But science is not the only voice the island carries. Long before cameras and lab coats, fishermen told stories. They spoke of a lighthouse keeper who vanished one night, his family found days later, their bodies swollen, lifeless, surrounded by snakes that had crept through the windows. They said the Navy sealed the place afterward, that the lighthouse now blinks its warning automatically, an electronic sentinel guarding the forbidden shore. Records confirm a lighthouse was built here in 1909, and yes, a keeper died on duty. Whether by snakebite or by misfortune, no one knows. But the story stuck a warning passed down like scripture. Even now, the Brazilian Navy patrols the waters once a year, checking the light and ensuring no one lands uninvited. Scientists who do must wear thick boots, duct tape to their pants, sleep in sealed tents raised from the ground, and move with constant vigilance. A single careless step, and it's over. It is easy to see Snake Island as a nightmare, a vision of Eden corrupted. But to biologists, it is perfection. An ecosystem balanced on the edge of impossibility. Every snake here has a role. They control the migratory bird populations, keeping nature's balance intact. And within their venom, paradoxically, may lie the power to save human lives. Scientists have discovered proteins that could treat heart disease and clotting disorders. So in the coils of death, there may yet be life. This is the paradox of Snake Island, a place feared by all, yet vital to the story of Earth itself. But myths still swirl through the fog. Some say pirates once hid treasure here, leaving serpents as cursed guardians. Others speak of the missing family of the lighthouse, their souls forever trapped in the jungle's silence. Fishermen tell of boats dashed upon the reefs, their crews vanishing into the night, their final cries drowned by the sea. They mark the coordinates in red ink on their charts and call it Ilha da Morte, the island of death. Science explains much: the evolution, the venom, the ecosystem. But explanation is not understanding. Because even under laboratory light, the venom glows with something otherworldly. It kills within minutes, yet inside it, nature hides the blueprint for healing, a weapon that can also cure. Death and life intertwined. It's as if nature wrote poetry in poison. In the 1,990 seconds, illegal collectors began to risk the forbidden shore. Each snake they caught could sell for tens of thousands. Many never returned. Some drowned, others bitten, their bodies never found. Those who survived spoke of movement in the shadows, eyes watching in silence, and a suffocating dread, as if the island itself resisted them. Perhaps it did, not with anger, but with balance. Satellite images show the island from above, a green teardrop in a sea of blue. But to those who have seen it in person, it feels alive, not haunted but sovereign. It belongs to itself, a realm ruled by instinct, not intelligence. The Navy keeps its distance. Scientists use drones instead of boots. Because Snake Island does not welcome curiosity, it merely tolerates observation. We speak of conquering nature, of mapping every inch of Earth. But Snake Island stands in quiet defiance. It whispers, "No, you do not belong here." Perhaps not everything in this world was meant for us. Perhaps the Earth still keeps sacred corners where life continues unseen, unspoiled. Is that horror or hope? For centuries, people called Snake Island cursed. But maybe the curse isn't on the island, maybe it's on us. We, who cannot look upon mystery without the urge to possess it. The golden lancehead kills without malice, guards without choice, and lives without sin. It is we who bring ruin, not they. In their glimmering scales lies an ancient truth that the world does not exist for our comfort or conquest, but for its own quiet continuation. Snake Island endures not because it is evil, but because it is pure. At dawn, the sea mist lifts. The island gleams gold beneath the rising Sunday. Thousands of serpents bask in silence, their bodies warming on the rocks, their tongues flickering like tiny flames. From afar, it looks peaceful, beautiful even. But anyone who has ever been there knows that beauty can bite. And so, the island remains what it has always been: untouched, untamed, unclaimed. A realm where the earth whispers, in a language older than words, "Stay away." Across the world, there are places man dares not tread, where evolution writes its own commandments, and death guards its mysteries in gold. Snake Island is one of those places, a forbidden kingdom, a living reminder that the unknown still rules the edges of our world. And somewhere beyond the horizon, beyond the reach of reason, another island waits. Another mystery calls. Step beyond the ordinary. Step into the rift of realms.